To this headline story now, KZN Premier Thami Ntuli will deliver his State of the Province address in Pietermaritzburg today. He is expected to touch on how the provincial government plans to tackle an array of challenges plaguing KZN. These include crime and service delivery. Newzroom Afrika's Mthembu is live to us from the Provincial Legislature this Friday. Phila, good morning to you. KZN, and when we talk about the state of the province, flooding and infrastructure challenges will surely be high up on what the Premier has to say today.
Absolutely, Michelle. A very good morning to you. We are coming to you live from Pietermaritzburg. So you'd recall that yesterday, King Mthembu KwaZulu-Natal opened the legislature, making way for the State of the Province address that we're going to be seeing happening this morning, which is going to be led by KZN Premier Thami Ntuli. And of course, during his speech yesterday, he touched on issues around concerns when it comes to criminal activities. He also did touch on the issue of illegal immigration as well, and also saying that he had come up with a plan to have the Ingonyama Trust Act, actually being reviewed so that those who are in traditional leadership are also able to be actively more involved when it comes to decisions which are made as far as Ingonyama Trust Board and all of its decisions are concerned. But just to get a sense of what can we expect today, as the Premier is expected to, deliver the State of the Province address, I'm going to bring in Head of Provincial Communications, Bongani Gina, to give us a sense. Thank you for your time. Let us talk about really our expectations this morning. Yesterday we did hear from the Amazulu King Mthembu opening the legislature, giving us his speech. But how are things looking like for today?
Thanks so much, Phila, and greetings to yourself and your viewers at home. No, Phila, definitely one of the priorities, or some of the priorities of the Premier throughout this term for him, it's the safety of the KZN province. Definitely we expect him to touch or even go deeper on the measures that he has taken in ensuring that KwaZulu-Natal remains a safest province and crime remains decreased. Moreover, job opportunities, creation of job opportunities, because we know that in the last year, in the second quarter, KwaZulu-Natal managed to create 54,000 new job opportunities. So we expect him to elaborate now further going forward what measures he will take to make sure that KwaZulu-Natal has an enabling environment for job creation. But above all that, the foot and mouth disease that has attacked this province, which is the epicenter. We expect the Premier to elaborate on the plans that the province has in terms of disseminating the vaccine, in terms of making sure that the public is aware of everything that is happening around FMD, and giving them hope that the provincial government is doing something about it. So moreover, more or less, we expect, but also the stability of the GPU, how he has managed to steer this ship, huge ship, in the stormy seas sometimes, and how he is further going to make sure that this GPU government remain united and it works for the people of this province.
Thank you so much for your time. It will be interesting to hear how the action is in fact going to be implemented. But quickly, Michelle, I also want to bring in Public Works and Infrastructure MEC, Martin Meyer, just to really give us a sense of your expectations. Your department, infrastructure, we have seen flash flooding. There's been a lot of damages to that as far as infrastructure is concerned. What are you hoping that the Premier actually touches on today?
I think the main focus would be on the Infrastructure Council, the Premier's Infrastructure Council that we're forming, that our department will form the Permanent Secretariat at, that will oversee and coordinate all infrastructure in the province going forward, working together with local government, provincial government and the national government. I think we've laid a foundation now as a GPU, especially with infrastructure, but now it's time for us to build on that foundation. In Public Works, we know foundations well, so we know how to build higher, build better. So that's what I would expect to see, is a renewed focus on infrastructure, a renewed focus on infrastructure development, implement, and using the Infrastructure Council to fast-track infrastructure within our province.
Yeah, and MEC, I mean, it's been a long-standing challenge. It's been a long-standing issue. Do you think there is going to be some form of action now that will also satisfy you after this SOPA? Because we've had many other SOPAs before, but then the challenges have always persisted even since after those SOPAs.
Absolutely. I think if you look at what this department has achieved in the last year and a half, there's been a lot of movement forward. And I think as a GPU, we've shown that we want to be a government of action, not a government of talking, and that what is said in SOPA, we actually go out and implement. Many of the promises made in last year's SOPA pertaining to our department, we've implemented, we've moved forward. Last year with SOPA, for instance, construction mafia was still a big problem. Now it's something of the past within our province, with just a little bit of pockets here and there. So definitely, I think what we're going to see here today is practical ideas moving this province forward, practical ideas that we as a department stand ready to implement.
Thank you so much for your time, MEC. Michelle, that's where we leave it. We are hoping that really what these officials are hoping for is going to manifest into reality, and that the real core issues are going to be addressed indeed. Those were just some of the expectations we have gotten from the MEC of Public Works and Infrastructure, giving us a sense of what is it exactly that is hoping the Premier touches on today. It's back to you.
Phila Mthembu live to us there in Pietermaritzburg.